The Matrix is a system, Neo. That system is our enemy. But when you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it.
There is no denying that technology is drastically changing the human experience. Social media, Wi-Fi, smartphones, video games, Skype, CGI, Photoshop, virtual reality. Decades ago, these technologies did not even exist. Therefore, I think it's safe to assume that the human experience today is not what it was before these technologies crept into our everyday lives.
Anyone holding a BlackBerry, walking down the street with their BlackBerry, anyone using a cell phone is a virtual worker. I think we have to kind of expand our understanding, because as we will see, we can have virtual distance in just as high levels between people sitting right next to each other as we can between people sitting thousands of miles apart.
Virtual distance is a psychological and emotional sense of detachment that insidiously accumulates either subconsciously or unconsciously as people trade off time interacting with each other for time spent screen skating. In fact, new media has embedded itself into our lives so deeply that it has become almost impossible to imagine what life was like before these technologies even existed. In that article, Brooker and Grusin describe two key concepts that apply to all forms of new media: immediacy and hypermediacy. The goal of immediacy is to provide a more realistic experience by removing the mediating presence of the computer. It's characterized by transparency, and it becomes really easy to stop noticing the technology itself. Things like virtual reality and the products of Photoshop fall into this category because they appear real. On the flip side, the emphasis of hypermediacy is on making the user completely aware of the interface itself. It is characterized by opaqueness and the sense of flatness. Examples of this are the applications on a smartphone or the windows on a computer. You are completely aware of the presence of the technology as you are physically manipulating it. Technology typically tends to either use an immediacy approach or a hypermediacy approach. But what is interesting is that while these approaches are complete opposites, both strive to achieve a sense of realness, even though they're not real. They're not tangible. So I'm not here to bash technology and say that we shouldn't use it anymore, because it is largely beneficial to us. But it is the way in which most of us mindlessly use this technology that could have detrimental effects. What really makes us human is human interaction. Our ability to feel emotions and share those emotions with others. Joy, sadness, anger, love. True human interaction happens face to face, not face to screen. Some of the most beautiful nuances of life are missed when we're staring at a screen. And if we keep heading in this direction, what will really be the difference between machines and us? We have to stop substituting our authentic human experiences for technology.
Before we morph into this,